be a long time me not come up here live. I'm telling you, the pressure off back to school was on me. But anyway, what's going on? I wanna say big up to those students, their parents, and all those persons who put everything together for them to go back to school safely. I know some of the schools are not yet open in Jamaica because of the hurricane damage. So basically, some schools I hear will be opening next week, while some already opened this week. One of my nephews who's in school in Jamaica, he went back to school today. So, as you know, today in the US is Labor Day holiday. So we are out of school. So I said, let me do like a little short live because I ate a little late today. I ate probably about in the 9ish. So normally when I eat that late, I have to go to sleep like at least 3 hours after I consume my meal. So I just want to come up here and talk a little bit for, you know, for, for the next few minutes. So as you look on the title, there are a couple things I'm going to talk about. I really was scanning through the media and I saw where they said the Governor General had a national day for the Kendall crash victims. And I was on the phone a while ago talking to my sister in Jamaica, and I can't believe that some people have no idea about the Kendall crash. Now, Kendall is a, where was, hold on, let me get the information, because I want to tell you nothing wrong. So first of all, let me get into the article of the news of what the Governor General did. Let me get into that article first. Let's see if I find it right there. Alright, while I'm getting that ready. Good evening. While I'm getting that ready. A morning. Let's say good evening. Let me see. I just had it a while ago. Okay, I'm not seeing the article, but I don't want nobody troll me. How was your day? Hi, I'm doing okay. All right, so basically, I had the article, but no, I don't know where it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into the scenario of, wait, let me go in the Gleaner and see, because I know it was just here. So basically, the Governor General deemed a day as the National Day of Mourning for the Kendall crash victims. So for those who don't know about Kendall crash, I'm gonna do a little review, and I'm not gonna be up here for too long. So All right. All right. So this happened in 1957, right? So the Kendall crash happened in 1957. I think I heard about this scenario when I was going to college, because as a young lady growing up, I didn't really hear about Kendall crash. So all right, so I'm gonna go back and go over some of the scenario in, and this is a historical part of our Jamaican culture. So this happened 60 years ago. 60 years ago this happened, and if you want to know more about it, you can go to the website of the governor, is nlj.gov.jm. I just type in Kendall crash and it bring me to the Jamaica website. All right. So in 1957, I'm gonna try, not to read, but to kind of paraphrase. So if you hear me pausing, that's the reason, because I really don't want to be reading. I just want to kind of explain or paraphrase or all of that. So so they're basically saying that a movie was premiering in 1957. Norman Manley was chief minister, and this person, Alfred Hitch, COCKS new thriller Vertigo, recently premiered at the Carib Cinema and Jamaica Radio, and what that Rediffusion filled the airwaves with programs such as Talent Parade and what that Alma Makian Tea Time. So this is some historical event. All right, so basically why this is a remembrance is because it was the final week of summer, and we know last week was the final weekend of summer, where the parishioners of the Holy Name Society of St. Anne's Roman Catholic Church in Kingston, led by Reverend Father Charles Eberl. They were busy making preparations for an all-day excursion in Montego Bay. All right. The trip had been widely publicized throughout the city, and thousands had planned to make the journey. So they're giving us a synopsis or a history, and I'm learning something now because I didn't really get into the whole details of the Kendall crash, right? This person said, and this is like historical, so this is not any recent, this is historical stuff that is on the Jamaica website. I was planning for months ahead and didn't ask if I didn't spend money. I bought new everything because I wanted to go on the trip brand new. All right, and this is what a Kendall crash survivor said. So this person has survived the crash in, and at that time it was the Star that interviewed them. All right, and that was dated September 5, 1982, but the crash happened the last weekend of the summer. So all right, so 1957 September 1, and we can go back to see what day that was. The platform of the Kingston Railway station was abuzz, and I think those were the times when they had train in Jamaica, because I have never rode a train in Jamaica. So I wasn't born those days, but I think my mother probably was. Me no know. Of course, my mother have born. My mother born in the 1930s. So on Sunday morning, September 1, there was a buzz. There was a bus at the Kingston Railway Station, right? And travelers were eager to secure a coveted seat, right? On a diesel haul train. So this train was hauled by diesel, all right? And the train was getting ready for departure. So this person or this scenario was indicated that the trip to Montego Bay was a smooth one. Reverend Father Charles Elberl made his way through the coaches conducting mass with his excited congregants. So That reverend was, let me tell you who that reverend was again. Okay, so he was a reverend connected to the Holy Name Society of the St. Anne's Roman Catholic Church in Kingston. That was the name of it in that time. I don't know if the name had changed. So the trip to Kingston, however, the trip to Kingston would never reach its destination. I mean, the return trip to Kingston would never ever reach a destination. All right, so first of all, there are two Kendall in Jamaica as far as I know. There's a Kendall in Hanover, but that's not the Kendall they're talking about. Is the other Kendall where we back in Hanover, we just say up the line Kendall. All right, I think it's in the St. Anne area. If I'm wrong, please correct me, right? After a day of fun and in the second city, so basically they travel to Montego Bay from Kingston. So after the day, after fun, a day of fun in the second city, the travelers, they now were ready to go back to their destination, right? And then they're saying that the numbers had increased significantly. 130 to 150 passengers. So the train was supposed to carry 80 persons per car, right? And it well over train's capacity of 80 persons per car. However, it had a capacity, it had an amount of 130 to 150, right? So now that make the weight 16, were the weight of 1,600 souls. So it's like, I forgot to do the maths right now because it's supposed to be 80 persons per car. But no, each car had 130 to 150. That's a lot. Barreling through the night at a full speed over rough terrain. The train approached a bend on the rails near the town of Kendall. Oh, I said Kendall was in St. Anne, but listen, see there, so I say Manchester. No, excuse me, I don't know much about Yeah, so it's in Manchester, not St. Anne. So if you correct me, good. At about 11:30 p.m., several hundred yards from the main road in Balaclava, they are St. Elizabeth, me know Balaclava. 3 train whistled, blast signaling disaster. The driver had lost control of the train. So let us go back again. So they went to Montego Bay. The pastor or the pastor, yeah, I can't say pastor, was giving the mass, giving the sermon, and everything went well. They had fun in Montego Bay. Now, this was on their way to Kingston. So basically, the number of persons who went to Montego Bay didn't seem like those are the number of persons that was going back to Kingston, because it says that the numbers increased significantly. So it was supposed to be 80 persons per car on the train, and that had increased to 130 to 150 persons per car. And with that being said, it was over 1,600 persons on the train going back to Kingston. So they said when it reaches Manchester, which is Kendall, that was when the 3 train whistle blast signaling disaster because the driver had lost control. So one person said, I shouted to the observer, Theophilus Jones, who was beside me. So this is a survivor. And the person said, with DEAD, no, with DEAD, no. And he said he prepared for DEATH and made three blasts of the whistle to warn those. Okay, so he made the whistle to let the persons behind know that something was wrong. Oh, so this was the train conductor given his experience. So apparently he survived, right? So that's very good. So because you know it's a train of conductors, right? So the train conductor went ahead and made the 3 whistle, because apparently that was a signal when they are in danger. They say, okay, make we blow the whistle or make we pull the whistle so that others know we are in danger. All right. So Jesus. So those who have never heard about Kendall crash in Jamaica, that was one of the worst day in Jamaica's history, right? So if you never hear it, this is it. And I can't tell no children, or no grandchildren, or no great grandchildren. And believe you me, some people in Jamaica have no idea of this historical piece of our Jamaica culture. The passenger cars came loose from the engine, and the derailed coaches toppled into the gully to the side of the tracks in a pile. Oh my gosh. 2 were reduced literally to matchwood, while others were gutted or had sides torn out. One coach with everything but the floor torn away remained on the rails, kept on running for about a quarter of a mile. Oh my gosh, this is so, you know. Anyway, the morning dawn and a grisly scene of BODIES strewn across the countryside. Some had DIED on impact, while many were critically injured, impaled by the twisted metal and wooden fragments. These are many heart-wrenching accounts of, there are many heart-wrenching accounts of survivors searching for their loved ones among the carnage, while looters, really, in everything you have to have looter. Looters brazenly stole the possessions of the DEAD and the living. So basically what this is saying is that when the crash happened in the night, then in the morning they were able to see the effects, right? People were trying to find their loved ones who was traveling with them. And just like when we have some kind of crazy, when we have some kind of scenario, like even if it's a disaster, you still have people who are looting. So looters came to see what they can grab and run with. Men move among the DEAD and the living, plundering and searching for what they could get. And some of these are, as a matter of fact, some of these information have been from when those things were reported, right? But this is on the, what can I say? This is archived. Is that the correct word? Archive? So if you type in the Kendall crash, it will bring you straight to this information. All right? So, So now they were saying that the remaining coaches were on other shambles. The DEAD and the injured, inside and underneath them, survivors were screaming. So some people survived, calling for help or crying the names of their neighbors or relatives. So once again, if you're just joining this video, this is a remembrance of the Kendall crash that happened in Manchester years ago in 1957. Some people never born yet, and some people did born. Me never born it. All right, but my mother did born at that time. So when this happened, they said hospitals at Spalding's and Maypen were filled with overflowing as medical staff made appeals for volunteers and BLOOD donations. So it was, try to imagine a chaos. It was packed to the capacity. People were running around trying to find persons to help, trying to get persons to donate blood because they needed it for the victims. At Mandeville, all the bodies were laid out. Oh, Jesus. At Mandeville, all the BODIES were laid out on the grassy knoll behind the hospital where lights were strung on the vines from a couple of trees to a small wooden building serving as an office and shelter. Those anxious relatives filled by all night filed by all night trying to identify someone dear to them. So basically what they're saying, because of the numerous amount of bodies, they had to lay them out on the grass so that the persons or friends and relatives just go. When they say file, they mean like in single file, walk up one by one to see if they can identify their loved ones. So excuse me, let's reflect. 1,600 people were on that train. First of all, from Kingston to Montego Bay, it wasn't so many people. The journey went well, everything was good. On the way back from Montego Bay to Kingston, more people got on the train. So it was not just the regular 80 person per car on the train. At that point, it was 130 to 150 per car. So the train was overcrowded, overloaded, and it had 1,600 people on that train. 1,600. I don't know the accurate number yet of how many people were who lost their lives. However, as I continue on this site, I probably will know. A young woman clutched her baby, and this is what this is something from the Gleaner years ago, 1957. So all this happened 1957, and it's very good that the Governor General, Sir Patrick Allen, has decided to honor or to remember the victims of a day of remembrance for the loved ones who have lost their loved ones, for the persons who have lost their loved ones. All right. So a young woman clutched her baby, CHOKED, and fell to the ground crying. And she was saying, so basically, at this point, she realized that her husband was in the CRASH, right? And she had to be pulled away. So this is really, really sad. As I said, I'm glad the Governor General has decided to have a day of remembrance, and this is something that a lot of people, as I said, don't know about. The first time I hear about Kendall crash was when I was in I think I was in high school. No, I was in college, because I was doing history, and my history teacher, Mr. Harry, I don't know, I hope he's still alive, but he was also the leader, the officer in command. He was also the officer in command for the cadet unit at Bethlehem, because I went to Bethlehem Teachers College. So he taught me history or social studies, and that was when I first heard about Kendall crash. So I mean, it's not sad or it's not bad if people haven't heard about it, because at that time, I probably, because me did in a college, why I hear about it, because me never hear about it any other place. Okay, so anyway, the Kendall town crash, I'm glad I can't say good. The Kendall train crash left. Oh, so this is what I was wondering. How many persons lost their lives? So it left 187 persons lifeless, and 700 persons were injured. Many were later buried in a mass grave near the crash site. You hear that? Let me repeat that. Many of those persons were buried in a mass grave at the crash site. That's right there in Manchester, in Kendall. Me can't imagine what amount of dopey story we they gonna hear about this. Me no know. Me never hear none yet, probably because me no live in a Manchester. Anyway, the Friday of the week, that was September 8, 1957, was observed as National Day of Mourning as world leaders sent messages of condolences and sympathy to the Jamaican people. So I guess this is what the Governor General revisited, right? Because I never really heard about it before, but I guess, I mean, I never heard about this day of mourning before, but I saw it in an article earlier that, you know, the Governor General is, you know, has recognized a specific day. Okay, moving on. My nose ready now, my allergies are act up. Okay, moving on. TMI, too much information. So, Jamaica, they were supported by other nation on the on that day, September 8th, and that was considered the National Day of Mourning. So, what was the cause of the crash? All right. So, the Railway Commission of Inquiry indicated the cause of the crash was discovered to be the closure of an angled wheel, which is the brake. See, it was suggested that the brakes has been tampered with. Really? Oh my God. The inquiry found many deficiencies in the Jamaica Government Railway and asserted that the trains had been kept in poor condition. So they're basically saying that the trains were not in good condition. They were in poor condition. But then they said that something, the closure of the angle of the brake, there was a suggestion that it was tampered with. So what is the correct reason? So anyway, this is what the report said. The report submitted could not have been more blunt. It says, Mr. Magnus, the acting general manager, has shown by his conduct to procuring a false brake certificate that he lacks the integrity which one must expect of an officer occupying that position. So they had a false brake report. So basically the report is saying that, are indicated, allegedly the report indicated that the brake was good, but allegedly it was, may I use the word allegedly because me not know how serious this is, even though I years ago. Okay, so they said despite the findings of the inquiry research, it shows that they also said that the overcrowding of the coaches played the greatest role in the extent of the carnage. Additional coaches had been added to accommodate the large number of passengers to whom the church had sold tickets. So it was not just the regular number of coaches. Because the church had sold so many tickets, they had decided to add additional coaches. Was the engine of the train equipped to handle so many pounds of people? I don't know. I don't know why I put it the way there, but you know. Okay, so there were too many people on the train. I remember I said earlier that the capacity of each car is 80. On their way back from Montego Bay, the capacity raised. Not raised, but more people were on the train. Excuse me, like 130 to 150 per car. So now it was about 1,600 people on the train going back to Kingston. So number one, it was more people on the train, right? After the disaster at Kendall, all wooden coaches were replaced with sturdier metal ones, and public confidence in rail transport took a sharp decline. So even though they had refurbished the train, and instead of the wooden coach they had a rail coach, people did not really have confidence in riding the train system after that crash, right? The Kendall train crash was a national disaster. National disaster that touched the lives of thousands of Jamaicans. The story had happened at Kendall must never be forgotten. Never be forgotten. So the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport recently announced September 1 will be officially recognized as the day of commemoration for the Kendall train crash. So this is the day that they officially put in place. Because way back September 8th was the day that they had used as a day of mourning. But now the Minister of Gender, Culture, Entertainment and Sport, and I saw it on the paper that it was announced, or it was the Governor General had something to do with that, because when those things come in place, I think he had to kind of like not give permission, but he had to be one of the persons who you know, verify, or who give, you know, the leeway or whatever. I don't know, something like that. So the Minister of Culture, that's Olivia Babsy Grange, announced that September 1 will be officially recognized as a day of commemoration for Kendall train crash. So moving forward, I'm getting sleepy. Moving forward, I didn't realize that this is behind me. Moving forward, every September 1 will be used as a memory, and they're saying that those people, those loved ones should not, or the event should not be forgotten. So I think they're saying there's an exhibition, Lives Derailed, the 60th anniversary of Kendall train crash. The exhibition also include information on the development of the train system in Jamaica, which remained active for over 150 years. Videos, photographs, and historical documents, and some never seen before, made this an exhibition you don't want to miss. When is that? Oh, this is a long time since. Lives Derailed will be on display. Oh, this is a long time something. This is from 2017. All right, so on this article, there were people who commented. So I'm gonna go through the comments, and I'm gonna read the ones that are fit for airplay. So this person said, my mother told me about a friend of hers who was disappointed she did not make the Kendall trip as planned, and wept when she heard of the tragedy. Wow. Look at God. My mother was 15 at the time. Her school was going on the trip, and she wanted to go too. But her grandmother, for some reason, had a bad feeling and refused to let her go. She begged and pleaded and was heartbroken that she didn't go. Later, she found out what happened. So many of her classmates at DIED, oh my goodness, some of their BODIES were never identified. I grew up hearing the story all my life, and now I see the images and accounts. I have no words to express what I'm feeling. Oh my gosh. See, some people hear the story and some people don't. I guess if you live in the Manchester, Clarendon, St. Elizabeth area, you will hear this story. If you live like probably in the Hanover, Westmoreland area, you probably don't hear much about it, you know? because they didn't teach that in school. I don't know if they're gonna teach it in school now, since they have an official day, or I think they basically had that official day for a long time. My cousin came back the following afternoon with a mangled leg. Our church kept the outing. Oh my. Wow. And this some of these responses are in 2021, so in a long time. This person said many of persons of their church in St. Anne pass. Oh my God. So this person was saying her mom was on the train. Mm-mm. Oh my God. So that was a sad event, but I saw an article earlier and I decided to talk about it. And I'm also gonna say, I'm gonna talk about two more things and then I'm gonna get ready for my rest. I wanna say my niece is still on Digital Rising Star. She was one of the ones who stayed as well this week. She's been on it now. This week is her third. This week was her third performance. So I want to say thanks to everybody who support and those who are still supporting. Let me see. I'm gonna put her on my YouTube community tab. Let me see if I find a picture of her. I did a video of her singing, but I mean, I know if they will copyright me if me play a video. But I can probably play a little part of it. Her name is Renesia Bernard. She's, or she was, not was, she is what you call it, wild card, Elaine's wild card. And, but me I tell us, I never know, say so. The young lady could have sing. So this was our last performance. This not gonna show up properly, you know. This week it was this week the theme was country music. So she sang this song by what's her name? God, I forgot her name. So her, let me tell you, I'm trying to see what her voting number is. I'm not gonna play all of it because I don't wanna get copy claim because YouTube not easy. But anyway, it's the voting that counts, guys. So, you know, it's the voting that counts, and she's been doing pretty good. I mean, I think it's a very stiff competition. It's a very stiff competition. All of them, all of the persons, all of the contestants can sing, and all of them, you know, can sing. But I think one of the favorite, anyway. Yeah. So I will be putting. Who this? I'll be putting. I'm gonna go ahead and put a picture on my status. Not my status, but my community tab. Let me see if they have any picture. If they send me none yet. Because them always update me of. Let me see if I have a picture with her. These are old. So I'm gonna take these off my, I'm gonna take these off my Instagram because these are the old. And every time, every week it's a new number. Every week is a new number. So this week she have a new voting number. So I'm deleting the old ones. Because if you use the old ones, you practically will be voting for somebody else. So I'm deleting the old ones, you know. All right. Let me check the new voting number. Let me check the new voting number. Something wrong with my phone. Why my phone not connect to my internet? It's either my phone or my internet. You know, say, I didn't even check if I'm live. I almost done the friggin' live and never even check to see if me live. What kind of foolishness that? Okay. Oh yeah, I'm live. Cause Mr. Mara, me never did check to see if me live at all. And normally me check see if me live or sure, you know. Can you imagine if me did do a whole live and when me check it in not the funny? Hmm? That would be sad. Alright, so I'm trying to find an updated photo and the voting number, but alright, me screen record this. This is very low. Okay, so her number is 876-444-5504. That's her voting number. That's her number to vote for her. Right? Let me put in a chat. But I'm gonna put it on my thumbnail. Yeah, I'm gonna create a thumbnail and put it on my thumbnail. Talking about that, one more detail, one more juicy detail. So for those who know Safari, I think he's on Love and Hip Hop. He's one of them started, right? I didn't know. I did not know. Well, I learned the other day that he was actually from Hanover, and he had a back to school event. That wasn't my exact community, but that's close to my community. And my niece was there, the very same one who I'm asking you to vote for. And she took a picture with him. Yup, she sure did. Me just see it today. I just got it today. So anyway, I want to say big up and thanks, because those persons, they really needed the back to school. That's my niece. She's on the Rising Star, so no vote for her. she took a picture with Safari when they had the event, and Safari had a video on his page. So I saw it a while ago. um you know, I'm very happy that those persons are giving back to the community, because as me say, a lot of times I hear about people giving back, and if I know Kingston people, them always I give to Kingston, St. Andrew, back to school stuff. You never hear nothing about my country. So this was a refreshing, this was a very refreshing thought. So he went to Ponside Primary School. I did not know this is where, well, I couldn't know. Early years and teenage years of my life come here with my mother, my father. My father here had a song called Love Injection over there. Right, yeah, remember that song there? Yeah, man, that's so good. This is so nice. This is so sweet. So basically, wait, let me turn it down. So basically, I know that he did a giveaway in the Kingston area, right? So most people sometimes, like if they grow up a country, after a while they leave country and go live a town. So I guess this is what happened with him. That is my guess. Because me never know say I don't have a country in grow up. Right? So basically he did a back to school for these persons in the community. And it was a very successful event. One of my nephews, he also got a book bag. I'm like, that's good, because no, me not have to send what my sister not hear this, so no, me not have to send him no book bag and get one book bag. All right, so make we move on. Let's watch this video quick and fast. I hope it's okay. What is wrong with my something wrong with my internet, you know? So this is Safari giving a back to school event. This is where my bloodline is from. This is where I spent many, you know, the early years and teenage years of my life. Come here with my mother, my father. My father here had a song called Love Injection over there right by the Parkside side. Yeah, man, that's so good. That's nice. Just started coming back, and it's just so crazy how the human brain works. Just even seeing certain one day we can do a back to school event like that. There's certain potholes that's still here. You know what? Me making enough money so we can do a back to school event like that down in my country. You know, we gave back book bags, everything that they pretty much need to start the school year. Our school start for them next week, and it feels good that I was able to give them book bags, everything, pens, pencils, erasers, glue, crayons. And also just being able to be in the school and seeing that the school needs certain things, and I feel like it's things that I could easily help get them, like fans and just things like that. That's just not a big deal. So this is very nice. Big up yourself, Safari. Now that I'm seeing, all right, I see that they need this too. I could do this. I give a big thank you to Connect Media, Press K, Johnny Blaze, Cool J's, helping how they helped out. You know, everybody who donated to the cause. You know, honestly, people know my character, they know my art. There wasn't anybody who didn't think that this was gonna happen, or didn't think it was a real thing, or once I say I'm gonna do something, especially something like this, I have a clean face out here. So anyway, I'm not gonna the music in this, I probably have to cut it out or whatever. But I had to show that because this was very, 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 very touching, you know. It's good when people can really give back to their community. So I went on his page where I saw this video, and a lot of people commented, right? And people are doing their thing, you know. So Grand Godzilla said, generously done. Um, this brownie something said, no matter what they say about Safari, he has a good heart. Somebody else said, everything happens for a reason. This is where you were supposed to give back. Well done. Somebody said, I am crying too. I've always rooted for you, Safari. No one can make me. HATEU. Somebody said, I absolutely love this. The parents and the kids love you as well for doing that. And I put a post on it too, and I said, thank you for giving back at Safari. My nephew got a book bag, and yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's very, very good, because, you know, as I said, it's always good to give and remember those people who they're way down and over bottom. You know, a lot of times they are not, a lot of times they are forgotten. All right, let me just say it that way there. Why am I, oh, me read that already. Somebody said, I always wonder why people talk bad about you and your kids. And I don't, well, that's not necessary. And I guess they're saying that because the other day when Safari was doing the give back in Kingston, his baby mother came on live, and she was saying why Safari helping other people and he's not helping his own child. But you know, I'm like, I'm not gonna get into that, because this is America, and if you're not taking care of your child, there's something in the system to deal with that. So, you know, sometimes I know everything with you if you run and gossip about or talk about. So me never even did look on that scenario. Right now, probably if I never done in my country, me probably wouldn't carry that video here. But I am so grateful, because I'm telling you, those people really need the help. And the other day when they had the hurricane, a lot of people in that area were affected. So I know that some people are still trying to get their lives together, still trying to get their house fixed, still trying to do this, do that. And then with back to school, you know, they really need the help. So this is a blessing. This is a blessing. And I'm not just saying that, you understand? Somebody said it's not what we have but what we give back that matters. And somebody said, good move, Safari. Teamwork makes the dream work. We are so elated to be a part of these kids. That's Connect Media saying that back to school journey, we wish them all the best. Yes, super proud of you. Giving is a must. When you can, just do it. Ignore the outside noise and do it. God sees our heart in the long run. Yes. Somebody say, I'm proud of you. And somebody else say, I wish people would give this guy a break. He spent so much of his life. I'm not even going to read that part. That's not necessary. All right. Somebody say, Safari, you're a good person with a good heart. We appreciate you. And okay, they were throwing shades at Erica Mina to stop saying negative things about Safari. All right, somebody said, proud of you, Safari, great job. And this is where parents and family, this is where my parents and family are from too. Hashtag Hanover. This person said, I know the feeling to be born and raised on the island of Jamaica is to feel, and you know you're different, you're cut above the rest. Our childhood, good or bad, was worth it and memorable. So a lot of times, you know, it's not even where you come from, you know. A lot of times I know where you come from or whatever. A lot of times is how you make good use of certain things. Yeah, so you know, it's very refreshing to see persons who really you know, can give back. And a lot of people say, oh, you know, people give back on a video everything, because we want to know, say this are gone, so we can highlight it. People highlight the bad things, but they don't highlight the good things, you know. And with those kids, man, it's just so amazing, because my nephew even tell me, say, oh, him take picture with Safari, but him don't know who take a picture. Mr. How you take picture with Safari and don't know who take a picture? He said, Mr. Next time when people are take picture of you and other persons, you make sure say you give them your phone. Come to think of it, he say no, I no phone. So boy, I may probably I forgot try if you plan a game one phone. Anyway, this was very exciting for those persons, like, you know, when you can when you can make a kid feel happy and just happy and excited, because a lot of the times, you know, a lot of the times the excitement to go back to school, you know, is really when you have your new things them, you know, you have your new bag, your new shoes, you have your new school clothes. It just excite you and it just build up your confidence and your self-esteem, and you're just ready to take on the road, to take on the education. So those things play a big part in student success, because if they don't have the basic needs, then they can't be successful. If you don't have book bag, then you can't reach a school. I mean, you can reach a school, but you know, you're not going to have the self-esteem and all of that to say, okay, you can be successful because you have the tools, the necessary tools. So, I want to say big up to Safari. And, you know, I really appreciate you going the extra mile to give back to those persons in Hanover, in Panside, Hanover. As I said, for those who ever watch my live, um, that area is close to where I'm from, and where Merlin Atti is from, because Merlin Atti is from that area too. And not the all-age school, but the secondary school was named after Merlin Atti, and it was called, from Panside Secondary School, it was named Merlin Atti High School. So very famous people is from that area, for those who don't know, and a lot more famous people are from that area that I probably don't know about. You know, so as I said, it's not where you're from, but is how you excel, I think. Yeah, man. So let me read a couple more of this, and I will not even go get on the Vice Cartel ticket prices and all of that, because that is a different live and all of that, you know. So I just wanted to touch base, and I'm gonna have to try to find time out of my busy schedule during the day. I tired, you know. I'm gonna find time out of my busy schedule where I can come on and chit chat a little bit, because at the end of the day, we can't make work consume we also have to have some downtime, and YouTube is really kind of like, even though it's, if, yeah, yeah, me can say it's kind of like a little downtime where me can relax and just chat. If I one person up here, so if I me a chat to myself, if I two, if I 20, if I one or two or five, it doesn't really matter, because I know after I finish talking, tomorrow, maybe 3 days after, 10 days after, somebody will go find the video, and them will go probably hear something that they didn't hear before, or learn something that they didn't know before. So with that being said, thank you for watching the video. If you're not press the like button yet, go ahead and do so. Drop a like, drop a share on the video. I want to say thanks to Safari for his back to school event, because that has direct impact on me, because I know my family member was benefited from it. One of my family member benefited from it. Also, my niece, who is on Digital Rising Star, this week is gonna be a rough week, because Sunday 2 persons are gonna drop out. 2 persons. Every Sunday you have 1 person dropping out. No, this Sunday is 2 persons. And what's gonna happen is they're gonna have to campaign harder. So if you can vote, you vote. The number is 876-444-5504. Text or call that number. If you're in Jamaica, I think if you're in the US, it is through the One Spot Media thing. I've never tried that, because me just send money to Jamaica and make them vote down there, you know. So that's basically what I did to show my support and all of that. But if you can, go ahead and vote. I know a lot of people, if you text Jamaica, if you get free text to Jamaica, then you can vote. So if you have a plan set up like on your phone, when you text in Jamaica, it doesn't charge you, then you can vote. Oh, excuse me. So, just let's go ahead and support the young people them, on their journey. And I wanna say, yeah, I wanna say vote for my niece, Renesia Bernard. She is Elaine's wild card. And yesterday the producer got somebody else back. But I'm saying this to say it's all about, right now it's all about the votes. It's all about the votes. And the voting keep you in the competition. So please vote for my niece on Digital Rising Star. And that picture here with Safari, I'm going to post it on my Instagram. And I'm going to say, vote for my niece on Digital Rising Star. Yes, I ate that. Thank you very much. Bless upon yourself. If you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe. I'm out. Let me tell Vibes Cartel word, I'm out. But Jay, why no used to say that I'm out? I'm out.